Hey, what's going on, everyone? Uh, this is Chuck joining you for the first time ever. Actually, I should say you're joining me for the first time ever. This is my first ever podcast that I'm trying out. And the purpose of this podcast is to give you all insight on my SSFL, which is the fantasy football league that me and my friends designed starting in 2009. And this was the this past year was the 11th season that we did it. Um, it's been a nonstop thing every year for 11 seasons, and it's been fun, like really fun overall. A lot of cool things, cool new things happened this year. Um, or I should say will happen next year. Um, One of my good friends that has been the commissioner of the league for 11 seasons since we started has decided to resign as commissioner, leaving the duties to me. And I've embraced it. I have told him in the past, if you do not want to do it anymore, I'm more than willing to take over for you. Now, I'm not sure if he's actually going to be planning on playing anymore. But if he decides that he doesn't want to, obviously that spot will be available, you know, for him to give to somebody else. And with that being said, um, there is a website. Now back to that. So there's a website that I developed myself. There should be hopefully other league members that are going to be posting stuff on there as well, especially during the season. But for now, I'm the one that solely developed it. It's through Google Sites, so very easy template, very easy to find. It's really cool. There's certain things you could find on there that you could find on other websites, but I mean, overall, it's our own specific website for our um, fantasy football league, and that makes me feel great about it. Um, so there's a couple topics that I did want to talk to you guys about in this first ever podcast that I'm doing for this league. Um, Special time 2021. Oof, man, 2020 was hard. It was it was long, man. Like the coronavirus hit us hard, but I'm hoping 2021 is a better year. As of right now, I'm starting the year out pretty good, doing more things that I want to do last year. Wanted to start a podcast, wanted to be commissioner of a league. I wanted to do more things with myself. I mean, I love my job, but and I love my family, but I do love technology a lot, and I haven't been using it a whole lot lately at home. There's just so many things that I have that I don't use and that I really want to start using. And my iMac, which is what I'm on now, is one of the things that I'm trying to use more. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. The topics I want to talk about today, the first one is going to be the league site. Um, I'm gonna be able to share my screen with you guys, show you the website looks like, and I'm gonna go through it, you know, not in content or not brief, just in the middle somewhere, just to show you what's there and not. The thing I want to do is I want to talk about NFL playoff bracket that I did. So I know that hard game happened the past week. Super wild weekend was nuts. These games were really good. So were really accepted very unfortunately. Whatever. We know about that. Give and forget your Nagy. Anyways, um so uh I thought Nagy because Peterson there. He won the Super Bowl with the Nick Foles error there. So Foles, Chicago, Ronald Anderson, and Nick Foles. Maybe. I mean, not. With the second topic, the bracket limits, and it's out Friday for these hits. So I want to talk what my were, and I picked those to win. There's I've gotten already, we can notice that, but I'm just gonna go over them anyways. Third one, the third topic is the fantasy football playoff that I'm in. I wanted ditto this year, which I've been for like the last few years, where you pick team, you have to pick one player each team in the playoffs to your years, and 6 points for every receiving team, every rushing team, 4 for every passing team, 2 for extra 2-point conversions, 1 point for extra points, and 3 points for field goals. And obviously, each each round, like more than one or so players gets eliminated, but basically at the end of the Super Bowl, is when you see how many points you have, and whoever has the most points will win, the big money. First, second, third place gets prizes. So I wanted to go over what my teams were and tell you what they did this past weekend. Some of them did pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. But when I checked the final the standings for this past week, because they sent out the sheet already, I'm like 25 to 30 points behind on most people. So that kind of sucks, but I thought I did really well, and I have some guys that that did really well that are still going on to the next round, and guys that didn't do anything that still are going on to the next round, which gives them another chance to do something. So I'm still optimistic about it. The third thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to give you my regular season MVP vote that I think is going to win MVP, and the Super Bowl winner and the Super Bowl MVP. I also want to go over new rules for the league. That's a very important one. I'll show you what I created on the website to actually go over those rules. And then the last thing I wanted to do, which we should have time for because it's going to take the longest though, is the perfect draft. So there's this thing on Fantasy Pros called Perfect Draft. I don't know if you guys ever seen that, but it's out there right now. So basically, you go through every round. You get to choose what spot you draft from, and you get a minute on the clock to draft the guys. So I'm gonna probably have the Yahoo stats up with like the quarterback, wide receiver, tight ends. Like, well, actually, now that I think about it, I have something like that on my website. So I'll probably just look at the website as I'm doing that. So yeah, that is something that I'm going to do last because that's going to take the longest. Without further ado, let's go on to the first topic. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So we have right here the Southside Football Fantasy Football League. Oh, I can't even say it. SSFFL for short. So if you go on to the web browser and you type in sites.google.com/view/SSFFL, it will take you right to this page right here. So this is the homepage for the Southside Fantasy Football League, SSFFL for short. And the sole purpose of the development of this league was obviously to engage in a new activity that kept the original owners busy, trying something new. At the time when we were in 2009, we were still young and we didn't really know a whole lot about fantasy football. It was something that was just, becoming big back then. But it's become a part of me. And as much as like some of the current members don't want to admit that for themselves, it really has become a part of them too. It's something that has brought us together closer as friends too, with friendships, because every other Sunday we're hanging out to watch games, and it makes the whole season a lot more fun with being able to just root for other players and teams to do something when maybe your team is not doing so well on the year. You have somebody else to root for or something else to gain. That's really what I love about it the most. The other thing, so as years passed, the hype gained, more teams were added. So we started off with 4, we're now at 10. We had 9 at one point, now we're at 10. And there's a pot to play for money. There's a league trophy, bragging rights, obviously. And there's like I said, there's a trophy. This year is the first year for the trophy. This is something that I purchased this season, becoming commissioner. I took it to the responsibility to do that. The right-hand side right here shows the trophy. You can see the screen. This is the league trophy. And the left-hand side, that's the Fantasy Football League champion ring. So this ring, I actually have it on me right here as well. It's pretty cool. It looks exactly like it looks there. It comes in this nice little box. These are from the fantasychamps.com, which I'm assuming is also, associated with Trophy Smack. Really cool stuff. The ring is so big, like it's heavy. And on one side it says champion on both sides, but one side is like almost like a Super Bowl logo, like a little Lombardi trophy, and then the other side is just like a football, but they both say champion. And then obviously you could see it in the picture there, but it says FFL right there, league champion across the top and bottom, which is awesome. I mean, this thing is like, it's pretty nice and shiny too. I mean, it looks good on my finger. Obviously, bragging rights are entitled right here. I am the 2020 SSFFL champion. It was a nail biter though. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs stacked on Monday night got me the win, overcoming Elvin Kamara's 60-point 6 TD performance. However, is definitely something I'm going to remember forever, because this, not only was it nice to win the trophy and to win the championship, and to get those bragging rights, but I mean, this has got to be, from what I can remember so far, like this is one of the most historic championships that I can remember happening. And I don't know, it could be because I'm a part of it, but I mean, we'll see. The league history has everything that states what happened in the past. So, you never know. If you read through that, you may find other events that happened that could be more memorable than that of what happened this past season. It was great. Well, the couch has never been done. So First Light hopefully can be our sponsor. It's official yet, but this is the commercial that we need a while with Core Light. So I'm gonna get really quick, guys. So that was just a little sponsor that we can hopefully get one day. This is a cool picture that I found with don't forget to add mandatory parades, burgers, beer, and fireworks. And it applies to fantasy football championships. I mean, that's what you want. You want burgers, beer, fireworks, and parades with fantasy football and with regular football. All right, that's the homepage. Moving on to the events page. So this is the events up and coming events that we have on here. So we obviously have the 2021 draft, which is to be determined. Don't know a date, time, or location. It's only January, so we don't usually start doing this until about maybe like July at least. If somebody wants to host, we're all for it. Hosting is always like a lot better of a location than like going out to a bar or somewhere else, because you can be as loud as you want when someone hosts the actual draft. Then the event, other side 2020 ceremony for the SSFL. This is something that I do want to do. More than likely, now that I'm into these like podcast videos, I'm probably going to have some kind of a Zoom award ceremony for everybody in the league. Um, I could already name one person that's probably not going to be interested in doing that, but to say the least, maybe two, but to say the least, um, I will have one, and they are going to be invited. Of course, anybody else that wanted to join this is also going to be invited too. But the join thing will be the the actual invite will be sent to their mail to their email address. Um, and these are just like some topics I can come up with off the top of my head. But certain things like pickup of the year, um, trade of the year, start of the year, um, stuff like that. Other stuff such as uh, I can't really think of a whole lot off the top of my head, but I mean those are a couple things that you can come up with. I'll probably have like maybe I would say 10 or so awards for that, and they could either be sent via email or the mail, I guess. I haven't really come up with completely what I'm going to do with the awards that are given out, but make it creative and something for them to hold on to. Um, we have historical past events here too. This is a cool little section. Is going to add its stuff is going to be added to here frequently. We have some room for more stuff, but obviously you can post whatever you want there. Then we have the media section. We have the official draft sheet for the SSFL. We have the podcast section, which we're just starting right now, so nothing is yet on there. And then we have the Yahoo rankings, which this is going to help me for my last topic today, which is the perfect draft by Fantasy Pros, because these are the top 10 um, lists by position for Yahoo for next year. So whenever I could I guess the only thing that doesn't have is like the previous year's like list, because based on what their ADP is kind of how you get rated on this draft. But I kind of remember off the top of my head, like for instance, Stephon Diggs was like a 5th-round pick. Ridley was like a 5th-round pick or 6th round. Diggs might have been 6 actually too. Jefferson was not even picked sometimes. He was like sometimes picked off the waiver wire. AJ Brown was a late round pick. Hopkins was a high pick. And Mike Evans was probably like a 4th or 5th round. And then as for for these guys, like James Robinson, he was undrafted, so he barely got picked up on waivers by people. Zeke was finished number 10, which was insane because he had a terrible season. Taylor was like a 3rd-round pick, so he ended up producing with that 3rd-round pick. Montgomery was really late. People can get him like in the 8th round or so this year, so he's going to be very good value in this perfect draft. And then other guys like here on this end, you would say Waller, pretty much any tight end after like Kelsey is a great value pick, because except for Andrews, because he was drafted as a high tight end. And then for here you got Rodgers. I would say Rodgers, Brady, Herbert, Tannehill, and Cousins. These other guys were drafted high, but Josh Allen finished number 1, and he was like a 6th or 7th round pick. So it's going to be a good draft, to say the least. And the coolest thing on this website is the league history. So this fantasy football league was established in 2009. Started out with the 4 original teams: Purple Parrots, Chi-Town Champs, High Powers, and Cardinal FC. The High Powers were the Bangbacks. It was named the Southside Fantasy Football League for its original founders who resided on the south side of Chicago. The league's name to this day exists for that reason alone. So this goes all the way back to 2009. Bobby Mason was the first one to create this. He did the history from 2009 to 2015, And from 2016 to 2020, which is the present one, that was edited by me, yours truly, Chuck. Um, if you scroll all the way down to the end of this, you will see the photos of the current teams. So we have the Purple Parrots, which were established 2009, the Thunder Stags, which came in 2017, Cardinal FC 2009, Bronze 2010, Shy Towns 2009. So 1, 2, 3, those were 3 original owners. Then you have 2011 Grease Lightning, you have 2011 High Powers, and High Powers were the Bang Bats in 2009. So they're the one of the original owners. Then you got Big Bang FC in 2014, Springfield Wildcats in 2018, and Chloe's Heroes in 2016, which was Hey Fu before that. And we also have the recent logos. So we've had a lot of interesting teams in this league. The Bang Bats, which was 09 to 10, Bullies 11 to 12, the Lions, which was probably one of the ones that was in here the longest, 2010 to 2018. Hey Fu, 2010 to 2016. They are now Chloe's Heroes. The Gift Wrappers, 2016 or 2010, and then they came back in 2015 to 16. The Hungry Hippos, 2010, only one season there. The Ducks, 2012. This is the Purple Parrots. So Purple Parrots decided to change their name in 2012 for some reason, and they were the Ducks for one season. Was a terrible year for them. They switched back to the Purple Parrots in 2013, and they've been the Purple Parrots ever since. The Psychedelic Sox, one season of 2013, and the Calvary Guardians, who are now the Thunder Stags. So they were from 2011 to 2014. This is a really cool part of the website that I like the most out of everything that's on here. Obviously, I'm the one that developed it, but I really, really do enjoy this league history one. This is something that's probably not going to change until the end of every year, where it's going to, have the most in league history. The thing about this though is that I might change it so that the 2020, like the most recent one, is on the top. So it goes 2020 down to 2009. So that's something that I just thought of right now. I'm looking at it, but that's definitely something I do. All right, so on to the next topic, which is the NFL bracket. So I have a photo up here. You guys should see it now. And this is my bracket. So you could see a couple teams that I already lost on. I have the Titans to beat the Ravens. The Ravens obviously pulled that one out. I took Pittsburgh over Cleveland. They Cleveland that one too. I did get the Bills or the Colts right. And then in the other section, I took the Bucks over Washington. That happened. So we will have a Bucks-Packers matchup. I did take Seattle over the Rams and the Bears over the Saints. So that side of the bracket is all messed up already for me. So in that side, it's the Rams versus the Saints. And actually, it's actually going to be the Rams versus the Packers. So they didn't give me the right bracket here. So we got Rams versus Packers, and we got Bucks versus Saints. So basically, my pick to win out of the NFC was the Bucks over the Packers here. So as long as the Bucks can come out and go to Super Bowl, then my pick should be okay there on that side. As for the AFC, we have the Chiefs versus the Browns, and we have the Bills versus the Ravens. So as long as we get the Bills and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game and the Bills in the Super Bowl, that side of the bracket will be good as well. But the NFC is really messed up on my end. There's a lot of upsets. I did pick the Bears to upset the Saints. I'm a Bears fan. That was partly the reason why I did that. But I mean, they were playing really good in the beginning of the game. They just could not score any points. And Michael Thomas looked really good too. I was kind of hoping that with him coming back from his injury, that he might not be that much of uh, he might not be that much of an impact, but he obviously had all the rest that he needed, and he showed up on Sunday, so he did really well for them. Um, the other thing too is that Seattle, I should have predicted them to lose. I mean, I didn't know if Jared Goff was going to play. When I got the word that he was going to play, I was a little skeptical still about them winning, pulling out the win, because he's playing with a broken finger. But man, Russell Wilson just looked toasted. Like no cooking for him this weekend. He like burnt everything that he threw out there. The only bright spot about that game was DK Metcalf with those two touchdowns, but he just did not look good. The whole team, the second half of the season did not look good. So Seattle obviously didn't deserve to win that game, and they didn't. Um, Washington gave a pretty good game to the Bucks. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty entertaining to watch that game. Taylor Haneke is, I think, is his name for Washington. He showed up. I'm very impressed. Wish Trubisky could have been like that, but us Bears fans are never gonna get a good quarterback. So yeah. Um, all right, next topic I want to talk about is my regular season MVP, Super Bowl winner, and Super Bowl MVP. So let's start with the Super Bowl. You can see my bracket here. I have the Bills versus the Bucks in, and I have the Bills winning. So for my Super Bowl winner, it's going to be the Bills. My Super Bowl MVP, I have Josh Allen as the MVP. This guy has been MVP caliber quarterback this season. The rushing ability, 500 rushing yards, like I think almost double digit, if not double digit rushing TDs. If I'm not mistaken, about 30 passing TDs. I'll have to look up this number somewhere. Um, let's see if I can look this up. So we go to Josh Allen stats. So we have to look up. This is a good website too, Pro Football Reference. So Josh Allen stats. So we're gonna go 20. Okay, 2020. All right. So 4,500 passing yards, 37 touchdowns. That's insane. To go from 20 to go from 3,000 yards passing to 4,500, and then from 20 touchdowns to 37 in 1 year. And then he had 12 interceptions, or 9 interceptions last year, only 10 this year. Doesn't throw a lot of interceptions either. And then what's the other thing I'm looking for? Rushing TDs. Does it show rushing TDs on here? I don't think it does. What does it say? Josh Allen ran for 17 rushing TDs in his first 2 seasons. Okay, so here, rushing. These are like the dates. Rushing TDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He had 9 rushing TDs. So 37 plus 9, 40, 46 total touchdowns in 2020. That's insane. This guy was on another level this year. Honestly, he was like in contention for me to actually, for my prediction for the fantasy MVP and for the NFL MVP this year, because the Bills won the division. They beat the New England Patriots, who they haven't beaten in like ever. They won the first playoff game, but the only reason why I can't pick him is because my MVP for the year has got to be Aaron Rodgers. This dude just said, screw you to everybody who doubted him by picking a quarterback in the second round or first round whenever they drafted Love. and he just said screw you to everybody. He had an amazing season. He had 40 something touchdowns, probably 40 something 100 yards, maybe 5,000. I'm gonna have to look up his stats too. Um, but he just said screw you to everybody this year. So he's my MVP this year, my MVP pick. Um, so let's see, 2020, 48 passing touchdowns, 4,200 yards, uh, 5 interceptions only. That is nuts. 5 interceptions and 47 passing TDs. And then he had one, two, three. He had 3 rushing TDs, so not as much as Josh Allen, but he had a lot of touchdowns. That's like what 50 total touchdowns. So he's my MVP pick this year. Um, Great season for him. As a Bears fan, it sucks that I have to admit something like that, but you can't deny talent when talent is there. So congrats. The next topic I wanted to talk about was the new rules that I'm gonna that the my me myself as the commissioner for next season is going to put out there. Excuse me 1 second. Let me get a sip. Mouth's a little dry. Okay, that is a good smoothie my wife made. Um, she got this new Ninja blender, and she's been making like a lot of smoothies lately. Great smoothies like that she makes out of there. Um, and the next thing is the rules. So we're on the website now. So on the bottom here of the website, there's a couple links. Um, one of them takes you to our Facebook page. So this Facebook page was excuse me, a few years ago. Um, it hasn't been used as lately though. So I did put a post about a week ago. I want to try to use this page again as soon as we can. I'm gonna have to look through it, but to see what we can do on it. But there are a lot of cool things you can do on this page. One of them is like the polls. Polls are pretty awesome. You can post videos, pictures, etc. Um, you can like create events and all that stuff. I mean, same thing you could do with things, but yeah, it's something that is cool to have a link to. This is our Twitter page. So this Twitter page is called the SSFFL Insider. And this a funny story about this page. So this was developed in July of 2020, this past season. So no one knows who this is. So there's a person either in our league or a person in our league that knows somebody else that does this page, and they post topics about our specific league in there. For instance, I have my own separate Twitter account, and it's called Fly the W News, and I posted about the trophy on there the other day when I was unboxing it, and they shared this link on their own Twitter page, and then they have other stuff on here like talking about the league and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It at first it's like, who is this? Like, I don't know, like how I felt about it at first, but now I kind of embraced it. If there's somebody out there that really cares about this league like I do, and they're actually, out there like posting stuff on Twitter, then so be it. I'm just embracing it. So because of that reason alone, I use this as the official Twitter page of the SSFL, and they ought to be proud of that. The other thing is at the bottom here, it says vote and join. So if you want to join, or if you're interested in joining this league, you can fill out this form. It's a contact information form with your name, your email, your phone number, and a description about yourself, and maybe even why you want to join. So, so this is cool to have up there in case there's a new person that we're gonna have in the league like next season or for like another season. We can tell them to go here and fill this out, and then see. Sometimes we have 10 people now, but there may or may not be some people may not be coming back next season, and if they don't, this will open up a whole roster spot for teams to join. Possibly even thinking about doing the expansion of 12 teams. And with the current roster that we have now, we're going to have to revamp that if we do decide to go up to 12 teams. But it's something that myself and my co-commissioner that I appointed, which is the High Powers, it's something that we talk about all the time. So we're just trying to really find how to do that. What else? So that was one thing. Then the other link at the bottom here is a voting form. So this is like the rules that I was talking about. So the first thing is the tight end positions. Right now we have 2 in the lineup. We want to go down to 1 starting tight end. That's the first thing that we're going to vote on. We're going to vote on the league fee. Right now it's $20 per person. So if you want to stay at 20 per person or go up to 25, 30, or 50. With that being said, if we do that, there will be a benefit to that, and that's getting weekly prizes. So it probably wouldn't be every week. It would only be maybe like weeks 1 through 5 or 1 through 6, or week 6 through like 11 or 6 through 10, depending on how much like is extra that's out there for us to give to the first place and second place winners only, and for winning the league, and then having that extra money left over for the weekly prizes. And honestly, like, I'm thinking about it too, in terms of what we can do to make it a little fun. I'm probably just gonna like buy gift cards with that money, like maybe $10 for Target, $10 here, $10 there, and then when they win the week, they can pick like which gift card they want for whichever stores that are there. So that's something that it's pretty cool to think about, some things like that. So the other question is, what responsibility would you have, blah blah. Okay, this isn't really a rule, so I'm not going to talk about that. This was the weekly giveaways I was talking about, and then this is a question with if you have any other suggestions on the draft next year. Adding more teams is another topic that I'm going to put on here. Maybe thinking about expansion of to a 12-team league. If everyone's on board, as of right now, there's a lot of if you can say that, on who's coming back next year. So when we decide that, which is probably not going to be till like the summer, who's coming back, then we can talk about expansion of teams as well, because we're going to have to vote on that as a league, whether or not we want to expand to 12 teams or if we want to stay at 10. I'm open to it as a commissioner, but it's going to be solely up to the league whether or not we want to expand. So that's that. And the final topic that we are going to do for this specific podcast is going to be a little thing. I didn't talk about this, did I? So this is just a little sheet that I came up with for my playoff pool that I'm in. These are my teams. I got team 1, team 2, Allen, Mayfield, Brady, Henry, Montgomery, Kamara, Gibson, Robert Woods, Adams, Kelsey, Claypool, Tucker, Blankenship, Myers. My second team, Big Ben, Lamar, Jackson, Russell Wilson, Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones, Stephon Diggs, Travis Kelce, Cooper Kupp, Robert Gronkowski, Santos, Blankenship, Hopkins. So the first team I have 78 points for the first wild card weekend. The second team only 64. Uh, it would have been nice if I had Big Ben on that one too, because I could have been up by, I could have had like maybe 20 extra points, but you never know. Henry Montgomery didn't give me any points. That kind of sucked. Gibson didn't give me any points. Um, we'll see what happens with that though. That's that though. And let me close that, close that. All right. So we're here at the Perfect Draft Challenge from Fantasy Pros. This is something I've been wanting to do ever since it came out, but I haven't gotten to it. And it's pretty cool that I'm going to be able to do this live on this podcast. So I'm going to draft from the 7th position because that's where I drafted from in the league last year. So I'll just keep position and I'll draft from there. So here we go. We are going to go right into this. So I'm going to bring up my, wow, scared me. That really scared me. I'm going to bring up my Yahoo rankings though. Okay. So it looks like we're in the draft now. So I'm on the clock. I have 50 seconds remaining. We have out here Michael Thomas, Dalvin Cook, Adams Mixon, Tyreek, Jones, Nick Chubb. So based on what's on the list here, I have 35 seconds. I'm leaning towards Dalvin Cook here. Dalvin Cook was one of the top running backs this year. He was number 2 overall next to Derrick Henry. So Kamara's there right up there as well, but I think they went off the board already. So this is probably a no-brainer for me, taking Dalvin Cook right here, number 7 overall. So I'll just go ahead and draft him. All right, so we have other guys that went off the board. So right after me, we had Thomas, Mixon, Adams, Julio, Josh Jacobs, Godwin, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Aaron Jones, Drake, and then now I'm on the clock. So right here, we're looking at Chubb, Hopkins, Kittle, Mahomes, Jackson. Not leaning towards Mahomes or Jackson. They finished the year really decent, but quarterbacks can be drafted late, as we can see. Tannehill, some other guys such as like Aaron Rodgers were late in the draft and they finished higher than some of these guys. So right here, I'm gonna take Nick Chubb. Running backs were really scarce this year. You can see from this. We had Nick Chubb finish number 9. Zeke was 10, and he didn't have a great season. So I'm happy with these 2 picks, Cook and Chubb. So on to the 3rd round. So this is where it's going to get a little tougher. So Mahomes really came off the board already in the 3rd round. That's really surprising. Hopkins, Kittle, Sanders, Robinson, Lockett, Mahomes, Carson, Galladay, Connor. Okay, so let's see. Right here, probably leaning towards a tight end or a wide receiver. Let me see, tight end. Darren Waller is ADP of 56, and I'm number 31, so I could probably wait. We have Evans, Thielen, Juju, AJ Brown, McLaurin, Robert Woods. This is where it gets hard. I got 9 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to go with AJ. It's kind of like a pick that I didn't like right there, but AJ Brown did pretty well this season, so I'm not exactly too mad about that pick. And then Diggs is right here. I know that Diggs, based on my rankings here, Diggs finished as number 3 overall receiver. I'm going to look for Justin Jefferson later as well, but AJ Brown was also in the top 10. So grabbing him where I grabbed him wasn't that bad. Right here, I'm going to reach a little bit for Diggs, but I'm going to take him here because I don't think he's going to make it back to me. This is pick number 42. He's a ADP of 62, 42. And do I try it? Well, Jonathan Taylor's here too. You know what? I'm gonna go get Jonathan Taylor. He finished as a top 5, and I gotta applaud for that one. So that must have been a really good pick. All right. So it came back to me. I'm on pick 55 now, and Stefon Diggs is still there. So I am going to take him right here, and I gotta applaud again. So there we go. So far, so good. All right. Let's see. Kyler Murray is out there. Pick 66, 6th round. We have Kyler Murray, Watson, Allen. Allen is 70th ADP. That's coming out soon. Wait, 66th overall. Kyler Murray's out there. Let me just go back to my rings. Murray finished number 5 for Yahoo. We have Watson, Mahomes, Allen number 1. I mean, based on ADP, Allen is 70th overall. If I get Murray here, then that's pretty good in my opinion. I'm looking towards either Murray or Watson, I would say. Let's go with Murray. Nope. I got applaud again right there. Pretty good. Good. Josh Allen's still out there too. 70 overall. So my team's looking good. Got 50 seconds on the clock again for my 7th pick. I got Kyler Murray, Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, AJ Brown, Stefon Diggs, Jonathan Taylor. My tight ends, let's see. Gronkowski's out there, and 80th ADP. Jared Cook's out there. I don't know about this. Do I want to reach for Gronkowski right here? Let's go back to the rankings. 20 seconds. Darren Waller, Robert Tonyan. I could get Tonyan later or Logan Thomas later. So I'm not going to reach for him right here. I got 20 seconds on the clock though. Let's go with, let's see, Ronald Jones is out there, Jordan Howard, J.K. Dobbins, James White. Man, this is a hard pick right here. I don't know who I'm going with. I'm just going to take Gronk. I really didn't know what to do that pick. That one kind of caught me off guard. All right. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to wait for a tight end. Oh man, that sucked. So I need another receiver. So let's see what the receivers are out there. Sanders, Ruggs. Oh, here we go. Justin Jefferson's out there. ADP of 132, and this is 90th. So I could wait for him still. Tight end. I already got my tight end. Running back. Let's see. Ronald Jones, J.K. Dobbins. Let's see, running back, Jonathan Taylor, David Montgomery maybe, or James Robinson. Here, let's see. Can I search for players? Let's see. David Montgomery. It's not letting me search. That sucks. I don't know. He might be off the board already. I'm going to go ahead and take Ronald Jones right here. Okay, so my running backs are stacked, in my opinion. I wanted Justin Jefferson, and I think that someone just grabbed him. Let's see. CeeDee Lamb. No, he's still out there, I think. Is he? Or someone take him already? No, he's right there. So this is pick number 103. I'm going to reach for Jefferson right here because I want to make sure that I get him. So they like that pick also. All right. So it's okay that I reached there. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. Now we got Pittsburgh as defense as 101 ADP. I do need a defense still. I do see Aaron Rodgers out there though. So I'm gonna have to take Aaron Rodgers right here with this pick. Um, I don't see how I could pass up on him. Yeah. So Aaron Rodgers and Kyler Murray. Those are two of the best quarterbacks that are out there. So the defenses went off the block right there, or went off the board right there. I still need a tight end for my bench, but I can. Let's see. Logan Thomas is all the way down there. I can get him. He finished pretty high. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for tight end. So if you even take like Jimmy Graham or somebody. So with this pick here, well, no offense right here. I'd rather wait though. Chicago Bears defense. I don't like their defense. I'm gonna go with let's see. That's available here. Austin Hooper, Mike Gesicki. 11 seconds there, man. Henderson, Jimmy Garoppolo. Nope. I don't like any of these players. Go with defense. All right, let's just go with New Orleans defense since we need a defense. Okay, so let's see. Pick number 12, 12th round. Kyler Murray, Delvin Cook, Nick Chubb, AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, Rob Gronkowski, Jonathan Taylor, New Orleans defense, Ronald Jones, Aaron Rodgers. This team looks really, really good. Who can I pick here in this situation? Let's go with Naheem Hines is ranked pretty low. Peterson, Pollard, Justin Jackson, James Robinson, 198. I'm going to go reach for him right here. Just want to make sure that I guarantee getting him because I don't know if he's going to come back to me. We're at pick number 150 and we still have a lot of tight ends on the board right here. Jimmy Graham, no. I think Logan Thomas still out there, so I think I'm waiting on him still. I got 3 bench spots left, so let's go with. I don't like Kansas City defense. I got a quarterback. I need another receiver for my bench. Robbie Anderson there, Fitzgerald, Pittman, T. Higgins. Okay. I don't know where T. Higgins finished compared to Robbie Anderson, but let's see, 134. I'm going to go with T. Higgins here. No, I'll just go with Robbie Anderson. He's ranked higher. And all right, the draft wizard like that. So that looks good. 3 receivers starting. I could potentially go with another receiver here. Let's see. I think T. Higgins went off the board already. So it's hard. I don't think there's any receivers out here that I like. Yeah, I can't really go with the receiver here because there's nobody that I like. Oh, Corey Davis. Okay. Well, the only thing that sucks about that pick is that I have, that's fine though. Oh, T. Higgins. Crap. I should have took T. Higgins there. But Corey Davis is a fine pick, even though I have AJ Brown. They both did pretty good this year. All right. So with my last pick, I'm going to get a tight end for my bench. Let's see. Jimmy Graham is between Jimmy Graham and is my guy still there? I'm gonna go with Logan Thomas. Yep. All right, cool. So my analysis was, let's see, 2,500, 2509.92. That's bad. So Your steal of the draft, you drafted Taylor as the running back 20. He finished with the RB6 with 234 points. You got Jones as RB2. He finished with RB16. You drafted Rodgers as quarterback 13. He finished quarterback 3. Sleeper alerts. You drafted Diggs as the wide receiver 27. He finished as wide receiver 3. Anderson with the wide receiver 60. He finished wide receiver 23. You got Jefferson as wide receiver 44. He finished wide receiver 7. You got Corey Davis, wide receiver 64. He finished as wide receiver 31. And you got James Robinson at running back 49. He finished with RB7. Your lineup had an empty DST position in week 3. Your lineup had an empty DST position in week 6. So that was like my default. I gotta draft two senses next time. I'm gonna go ahead and share this on Twitter, and I'm gonna share it on, what's it called, on Facebook as well. This is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And then I'm gonna also copy this link, go on here, and go here and paste. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. So that was pretty fun. The Perfect Draft Challenge at fantasypros.com. Check it out, guys. See if you could beat my score. My score was up there. It was like 2,500, maybe a little bit more than that. But see if you could beat it. It's pretty cool. It'll be interesting maybe to see if a couple of us can do that at the same time as well. But it was definitely something fun. I really appreciate you joining me today. Please tell your friends. I'm going to have a comment section on the website pretty soon. More than likely, it's going to be under, I would say under media and content. I'm going to have a comment section. So if you guys could just leave your comments there, and, just show me some love and support and tell me what I can improve on, what I could do, what things I could do better, or what I could add to make it better for everybody to view. This is my baby right here for this year. The plaques are coming in soon. They were shipped out already separately, but they are on their way. And this is the new trophy right here. As you can see, it's fairly light, but it's worth all the money in the world, and it's mine for the whole season until somebody can take it from me next year. Hopefully I could repeat. There hasn't been a repeat title winner in our league since Cardinal FC did it in 2014. So he won 3 years in a row, and he would have won 5 years in a row if it had not been for another team called the Lions that defeated him in 2011. So he won 2010, 2012, 13, 14. And in 2011, the Lions defeated him, and he lost that year only, but that would have been 5 in a row. So he had 3 in a row, 2012, 2013, 2014. And I'm looking to try to be the second person to repeat in the league since he did that. Again, thank you for watching, though. Like I said, leave a comment in the comment section on the website, and I will be back another time with more content. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.